or express of several matches with dizzy odds. Serving the market for 7 years with over 800,000 users. Join now to get your bonus for the first deposit up to $600. EGB. You know for sure who's gonna win.
Hello guys, welcome back. We have a game. Arena Blood, HB, blood everywhere. So exciting. B8 versus Khan is the match for today.
Yep, the Mars pick
Second
is quite
game of the
appropriate.
series. First game
how did he
goes to Khan. Second game, B8 picks a Terrorblade and they win against a Timbersaw. And it's an Ancient Apparition. And the Pugna.
It's a really early Lush pick. Or really early Lush ban. I wonder why. It's a really early Lush ban. What do you, hello?
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't hearing you.
Oh, yeah. No, that Lush ban is weird. But it allows B8, because they have first pick overall, to pick up the Snapfire at least. And, you know, kind of a repeat of game one, Khan going for the new hero squad, Snapfire Void Spirit.
Yeah?
Actually, wasn't it
It was
B8 that
though.
played? Yeah.
No, wait,
wasn't,
no,
because
it was
Dendi,
not. No,
Dendi Ember.
Because Cheshire Cat was on the Void Spirit. Yeah. No. You're right. It was Khan, so they did the same thing. The man of the Lush record, so BA can pick up a Terrorblade. Again. Watch it happen.
No.
Watch it happen.
I have my doubt.
I mean, you just lost the game where you had 3 counters on the hero, so clearly the hero's OP. The hero's unbeatable.
He's unstoppable.
He's unstoppable. There's nothing better than Terrorblade in this meta. So, Oracle and Mars already. Trolls up available in the pool. Much more normal pick for B8. Let's see if they decide to go for that one. Whereas Khan, Snapfire, Void Spirit.
The troll just seems way too tempting right now, I feel.
I'm sure they're gonna ban it. I'm sure you ban it at this point. You have Mars and Oracle already picked up. Like, Troll goes great with these heroes. Troll's pretty decent against the Void Spirit as well. Snapfire kind of annoys him, to be fair, but it's okay. I don't know. I think that the Troll is gonna come out the next couple bans.
You know, I feel like, and this is kind of crazy. This is like some like 20k MMR analysis here of the draft. But I feel like the only reason we're seeing Oracle get picked up is not because the hero is all that amazing right now. In fact, his lane is really hard. But it's because once you see the Oracle, you go, ah, shoot, now we have to ban the Troll. Now we have to ban the Oscar. You know, like, you have to take so many more things in consideration because he's an enabler. And if you ban those things out, then the hero is decent, but he's not really all that much to write home about.
Really? I don't know. I find that the Troll pick is pretty nice. I think in general there's rarely the time where I go that the Troll is a bad pick, even if you have the potential to deal with him. I think he's a hero that just suits most strats because of his strong laning stage as well and his strong mid-game presence.
I agree. But I was talking about the Oracle. I was saying how, I don't know if Oracle's...
Sorry.
I feel like
Sorry, I misunderstood.
What did Shiver say? You know, sometimes it's not about the black hole, but it's about the threat of the black hole. And that's what it's like here with the Oracle.
That was Puppy, mate, but okay. You think Shiver said that?
Yeah, Shiver said that. There's a clip of it. Remember there was that Reddit post
she's quoting Puppy.
Well, I mean, then she did say it.
Okay, sure. Yeah, all right, sure. But yes, I agree with that notion, and with Oracle, I guess to some degree, the threat of it in the draft. But the thing is, a lot of drafts go haywire because you picked up a Troll too early and you have no combination with him. As opposed to other heroes, you know, like the idea of the threat of the black holes, and Enigma is good beyond that. Oracle really is just a false promise user. The lack of mobility on the support puts him in such a pickle whenever you're fighting, because you are literally You're just literally here. That's all or nothing. You go in, you false promise, great. If not, you know, like if you don't have a target to false promise, you don't get a good initiation. You're dead. Like that's just that. It's just that simple.
It looks like they're threatening the TB again, doesn't it?
Yeah, sure, whatever. I'm not gonna comment on this. Yeah, go ahead.
I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it here. I think it's good still, unless Khan decides to ban it out. But then you let the troll through, so we're gonna ban the Beastmaster. Yeah, I'm not too sure yet. I will say though, we're gonna see double Arena of Blood here. As there's the Rubik pick, good spells to steal this game. Bulwark, it's all right, but mostly Spear of Mars. If you get the ulti, I mean, sure, go for it. I suppose it can't be that hard to steal. But the Oracle spells as well, they can be quite good, especially with the damage amp. I think normally it's 360 damage on one Purifying Flames, but with the damage amp, you end up doing closer to 600, which is pretty busted. We shall see, though, especially because it's such a low cooldown. And if you get Ags, you just murder people. You basically have, like, Laguna Blade level 1 at the ready.
Why? With the Purifying Flames, you mean? With the Ags?
Purifying Flames with Ags. Well, if you steal it on Rubik, then you have it every, was it 1 second?
No, that's not the Ags anymore.
What?
Yeah, the fortunes and stuns on the Ags, and the duration is increased.
What? Since when?
How are you a caster?
How? I play Oracle, too. Oh, it is. Look at that. Cast range increase. Increases cast range and stuns for percentage of the duration. Fascinating.
What I said.
And increases the AoE. Huh.
Oh my god.
Well, what do you know?
Alright, PA.
Oh, that's right. That's right, because they changed. That's right, because talent trees. That's right. They removed his XP talent and then blah, 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 blah. Earth Spirit for B8 what? Then. I like it. I kind of like it against the Void Spirit. I don't like it against that Void is a big problem though. And already you have such an easy combo there between the Kisses and the Faceless Void. But the problem with Void Spirit is that all of his spells have such quick cast points, cast animations that like he doesn't really care about the Earth Spirit. You shouldn't ever be able to let an Earth Spirit catch you with the Boulder Pull. With that, I mean, potentially it could be devastating because 7-second silence at level 20 for the Earth Spirit is like insane. But I don't really think we're gonna ever get to see that happen.
Yeah, the combination here for the combination for B8 is okay for now, but you need something to really sell it. Yeah, you need something better than this. Right now you have a okay setup for what could be a good carry, but you need the carry to really bring it home. I don't think the Terror is an option now that the Faceless Void has been picked up, but what do I know?
I would have much preferred to see an Earthshaker instead of the Earth Spirit. I think it combos too nicely with the Mars.
I do agree. Yeah, that's actually a very good point. Earth Spirit is better than Earthshaker right now, though. He is, if you're going to pick up a roamer in general. But I do agree that you don't really want to pick up a roamer when you're picking up Mars anyway, right? So
yeah.
Why are you really picking up the Earth Spirit? You want a better lane support. I don't love either, to be honest. If you pick up Mars, I'd rather see Mars with, the Dark Willow, of course, but like anything that's a good laner, so Mars can actually win his lane. Because right now, you're kind of leaving Mars to die. Yeah, Earth Spirit can help you out a bit, but he's not going to win you the lane. And the Kunkka for B8, so I'm assuming that's a Kunkka mid for Dendi.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, do you know if Dendi plays the Mars mid? That's kind of what I thought as soon as I saw the Kunkka pick.
Nope.
I also just pinned it off lane for sure. The Mars, that is. But now with the Kunkka, I think it throws it into the works. It throws a wrench in it, rather.
Yep. I don't know. The Mars could go mid, as you mentioned, so I don't know. It's an interesting point. They didn't consider that. The Kunkka could go offlane to beat the Void. Mars is not the best hero against the Void, but neither is Kunkka. So, in the lane, so I would rather have Mars in that situation. The Earthspike can gank Kunkka very effectively, though. With the Xbox spot, you set up for Rolling Boulder, and then you get a Torrent afterwards.
You are right. Plus, the Boat is a nice combo, especially with the Arena of Death. You get that 25 talent, you call in the fleet. I like the Torrent as well. Torrent's pretty long cast range. Go ahead and if you can scout the Snapfire, go ahead and just yeet a Torrent at her, make sure she doesn't get off too many of the kisses. The problem is You know, these are all really nice things to have. And actually, I'm kind of surprised to actually pick the Faceless Void into the Oracle. I think they tend to that tends to be sometimes a little bit of an issue, especially with how tanky everyone is on B8. We're not going to really see, I feel like, any solo kills with Chrono until we get like at least 2 items on the Faceless Void. I don't know where the damage comes from, if not the Snapfire, the kisses at this point.
It really is
so
just
tanky.
the kisses. It really is just the kisses. You have nothing else. And with Captain Coco's Rum as well, the Coca, it makes it even harder. Because your damage is mainly sustained damage, a bit of burst with the kisses, but that's it. I do agree, that Chrono's not getting too effective, but B8 does fall off really hard after the mid game, which is where I think Khan is starting to beat them. You have a decent early mid, and then you go into a late, and you'll have enough damage on the virtue of your items.
I will say though, I do like. I mean, if it is a mid Kunkka, if it's an offlane Kunkka, either way, I think the build of going for your halberd, this game going to be really really useful. Into the Spirit Vessel as well for the Faceless Void. So at least you do have some natural counters to him here. As B8 running out of reserve time here. We'll see what they want to wrap up their draft with. I would expect to see a safe laner regardless, and maybe see a little bit of variation with the Mars and Kunkka in the mid and off lane, as they will go with the TB once again, Alvaro. What do you think about this? Last pick TB. And he has just left the Discord call, ladies and gentlemen.
I hate this hero. I don't even mind that. You know what bothers me is they're going to win this game. They're going to win this game, and I know it. They're going to pay a Terrorblade, and Khan will let them win a second time, even though they have, again, counters to the Terrorblade. If you win against the Timbersaw, Pugna, Ancient Apparition, you can win against anything. It's possible.
I mean, they're looking to prove that here. You can win against the Faceless Void Chronosphere cookies. I'm sorry, kisses, not the cookies. Silly me.
I don't even know what to say to this. Like, I think they got outdrafted yet again, but who cares, apparently? It doesn't matter if you outdraft as long as you can't play this draft properly. At least I would say that this time Khan's draft is a bit easier to execute.
It's going to be an off-lane Void Spirit once again. Mid-lane Faceless Void, Naive. Sorry, this is going to be confusing between the... I think this is the first game I've personally casted where I've seen a Void Spirit and a Faceless Void on the same team. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of people you got to catch into the Chrono, though, which is kind of my issue with the Khan draft. Yes, it is easy to execute. You plop down big purple bubble, Snapfire rears up, and she starts sending in the kisses. And, bada bing, bada boom, you have a one-team fight there. But it just feels pretty difficult, right? Because you don't get the Oracle in there, and he's got good cast range talents. He can get in there, ulti someone, or at the very least, Fate's Edict the Faceless Void, or Fate's Edict an ally to stop the kisses damage from coming in. You don't get the Kunkka in there. He's going to be yeeting in the boat, sending in the torrents, potentially X-marking, just ruining the games. It just seems it is easy to execute, but there are like a lot of asterisks on the end of that statement, I feel.
On the B8 execution line statement, you mean?
No, for Khan.
Oh, for Khan.
Because
yeah, sure.
Well, not even that you can mess it up, but if you don't get X person in Chrono, they can really mess with it.
I think even with the boat, it's just.
I mean, do you not kind of see what I'm saying? You don't get Mars, he throws out his arena, he throws a spear in. You don't get Kunkka, he throws in a boat torrent. You don't get Oracle, there's plenty of ways he can make that go awry.
I can see what you mean. I see what you mean. I don't have any faith in this team. After the last match, I have no faith. I don't care. I'm sorry. I will say that. And I'm not a Khan hater. I came in, I was like, okay, Khan looked really good match number 1, and then after the last match, it's like, I don't know. Yes, you're not gonna if you don't get 6 heroes in the Chrono, but even if you, it's not so much that the execution within the Chrono is difficult, because as you mentioned, there are ways to disturb that Chrono. Is there gonna be a proper follow up afterwards, right? And more importantly, are you gonna tactically play this better? Again, B8 is the better late game. Even with the Chrono, B8 is a better late game. Void is not the easiest hero to counter Terrorblade, as you mentioned. In the late game, catching all these heroes in the Chrono, unless even with the AoE talent, is going to be impossible, right? So that option is always going to exist. So my question is, will Khan again play defensively, let the Terrorblade get farm, and not play their big game effectively? If so, the game's over. It doesn't really matter if they play this well or not. You just can't do the same thing you did last time, which is let Terrorblade do whatever he wants the whole game.
No, they're going to send 3 top here on the side of Bait. They got really good first blood potential up here. We haven't seen the Rolling Boulder leveled yet, but I'd be really surprised if he went for anything else. As we see Naive then. You raise good points. I always love that little sneaky ward. You chop down a tree, gives you plenty of vision. So he's going to spot the 3 heroes here, Naive, so he shouldn't die. He should not die.
Okay, a little cheeky outpost. I made you realize it's a bit late. He went for Time Walk level 1, by the way, which is interesting. So
what, the roll? Okay.
That roll did not hit, but the Fortune's End will. Naive, in trouble. You went for a God's Rebuke level 1. Both... What? Time Walk level 1 ended up being good, but it's surprising he came into the lane with that skilled already, so I guess he already assumed he was going to lose the lane. God's Rebuke level 1 is surprising, considering Spear of Mars is hard to Time Walk, and if you get 2 levels in it, you already can't Time Walk it, but the God's Rebuke can always be Time Walked, so it's odd that you're choosing that against a Void. It's never going to deal damage to him unless, well, Time Walk's on cooldown, right, so I have to kind of play around with that.
Oh, that's a good point. Someone just commented. We got 3 of the 4 brothers here. Just Ember missing. But Ember was present in our previous match. Previous 2 match.
You know what's important, guys, is that we have a Terrorblade in this match. That's what's important. That's what you guys should be concentrating on. Terrorblade.
Looking at this mid blocking out from Dandy. Look at the mid blocks from Dandy. Nearly getting it onto his high ground here.
That's very important, actually. The early block of the Kunkka Storm matchup is so important because Storm is one of the soft counters to Kunkka. He's actually pretty good in lane, and the only advantage Kunkka has tends to be in the early levels when Quelling Blade really does his trick. Later, Tidebringer becomes really oppressive, but Storm also has enough damage he can go jungle. So it's very important to get those early levels in your advantage. So well played, Dendy. Well played.
You know what I'm gonna say here is level 3. I think is really the kill potential here on the Stormshooter. I think he's going to be dead here.
Yep. Snapfire has enough. He goes to dead. That's what happens when you go God's Rebuke level 1. Yes, thank you.
That is what will
for the
happen
comparison of the players. They have only played 2 games in the last 3 months.
This must be on these specific heroes, I would imagine. Because otherwise
it just means games of Dota as a whole. it means specifically they've only played 2 games. That's why they're playing so well.
Top lane, you got someone underneath the tower already early on. Can't quite see who that is. Not quite underneath the tower, but Snapfire being a bit aggressive. And like you said early on, that's Quelling Blade making a bit of a difference. Helping get a bit more harassing.
Yeah. The Quelling Blade's massive for the... The Quelling Blade doesn't cleave, by the way, if you meant that with the harass comment. But it does
no.
Right, but it does give you the extra last hitting power, which is so important in the Storm versus Kunkka matchup. Now you see Arrow was forced to use all of his mana. Arrow's smart too. Arrow played the mana heavy game early because he knew that you need to win that kind of early levels against the Kunkka, and so they're kind of even. But now Arrow is starting to lose because he lost all his mana, and Kunkka still has the tiebreaker. So nice played. I like when the mid laners know their matchups. They're playing this exactly as it's almost scripted with how good it's been played. LeBron rotates here. This is one of his best heroes, by the way, the Oracle. So he's one of the few people that is confident enough to make these kind of rotations, which you would usually go, I don't know about this. Oracle rotating mid, really weird. It's very obvious as well. He might try to snipe the courier. Oh, I think he will find it.
Yeah, he will. It does leave the TV alone, however. He might need... No, he just needs 2 hits.
But it's okay. TV is the best hero this meta, so I don't...
Yeah, I guess so.
Why do you care if he's alone? He'll win. Look, he has 13 lasses, and the Void has 13 lasses, and Terrorblade has been alone for a while now.
Dandy really just 18 and 8 thus far compared to the 12 and 2 of Storm. It's pretty significant.
Yeah.
Pretty significant. Quite a big advantage early on here. But we'll see. Now we have level 3, so Arrow's got a bit more mana to play with. I would like... Okay, so he's gone for the 201, rather. It's interesting. Hopefully we get a level 4 here. I think there's major kill potential here for the Storm Spirit. So this could turn. This could very easily turn. That's kind of why Storm likes going against, except for with the exception of his brother, which is more of a skill lane matchup. I need to specify that now because there's more than one brother that goes mid. With the exception of the Flaming brother, you know, Storm really kind of doesn't mind these melee lane matchups or the melee mids against him because he can do that little, you know, the combo, the pull. Polo remnants and then the right clicks in between for plenty of damage.
Oh, it's actually beyond that. The electric vortex combo, yeah, it's useful, but to me the real strength of the Storm is that you can set up. Look, he hasn't even gone for vortex. You don't need it in a melee matchup because the beauty of the melee matchup is that you just put static remnants into the creeps, and if they want to go last hit, they're gonna get hit by it. So it's just a win for you. You can play really aggressively with this, almost like in their techies' minds at this point. And with ranged heroes, you go for Electric Vortex because you can get the combo off and you need a bit of damage. With melee heroes, it's not even needed. So that's why it's quote-unquote a soft counter. He's not going to beat the Kunkka, though, but he's strong.
Well, they did get a solo kill top lane as well onto Mars. As the Earth Spirit was rotating. Did rotate mid, but he soon felt the wrath of 202 Storm Spirit. Who's already in the jungle, by the way. He's not going to be able to do too hot.
PS65 in the bottom lane is gone. Yep. Metamorphosis is available, but he does not want to use it, of course, because he would just waste it. Really good play there by Shishakat and Yamich. Kind of surprising there with the rotation of Yamich. Good positioning. Oracle wasn't there to save him. And because Oracle wasn't in lane, it's actually under-leveled, which puts the Terrible in a disadvantage because you have no Fate's Edict just yet.
Naive is getting quite good levels though. 20. I mean, he's 25 and 12. I mean, the denies really. He's got a lot of XP. A lot more denies than Dendi has denies, and that's saying something. But Dendi should have level 6 here quite soon. I'd be surprised if he didn't. Now he does. Yeah, he's gone for the boat. So maybe we could see a kill here. So this lane of XP is going to be really important actually for the Storm Spirit, because the longer he delays level 6, the more levels Dendi gets. The kill just becomes way too easy if you can't zip and zap out.
Ghost stick, time block. Okay, nice body block, nice body block. Fatty Mortimer does not work out. Mortimer, you need to eat more sweets. Lack of cookies makes her body block ineffective. Arrow though, in the middle lane. They don't have the ultimate yet. Nice calculation, by the way, in case you get stunned. Now the Torrent will still hit with the Boulder Smash as well to slow him down, but Arrow surviving all this damage, and the lack of damage there, I think they missed the Tidebringer hit as well. So...
Oh, no.
Yeah, it wasn't too great.
I was wondering, it's like, that Storm is not that tanky. He is simply level 5, but now B8 at least going to try and get a bit more harassed bot lane now that they forced a rotation.
I mean, it's okay, because the Storm is still 29 and 5, where you're at 40 and 12, and a lot of these creeps from the Storm are jungle creeps.
Neutrals, yeah.
Yeah, so Kunkka still wins, obviously, this matchup, but he would have loved the kill, especially because you forced the rotation by the Earth Spirit. I like that it's Earth Spirit rotating now, though, and not the Oracle. So terrible. It actually has some space.
Yep. As Rubik will return back to the bottom lane. Top lane's not been going too well whatsoever for B8, though. As we might get a kill here into the 8th Remnant. They will activate now the Metamorphosis. Oh, the damage! Where you going, son? And even the Boulder Smash slowing onto Yamich.
One more?
Yeah, he should be dead, actually. They need a little bit more. Yep, they'll find it.
Tip.
He'll secure.
Yes, LeBron. Yeah. I think Pio wouldn't have reached it, but it's okay. It's all good. B8 played that really effectively. I think that was a massive Fortune Zen onto 2. And you also even dispelled the shield on Void Spirit. So... huge win there. Huge win. Congratulations on B8's side. And you're giving more space to Terrorblade. This time, like we saw Terrorblade last time recover from literally poverty into... he was the American dream last game. And this time, he's actually doing quite well in the lane. He has pretty good experience. You're up against a much weaker carry compared to the Phantom Lancer in terms of timing, because Void is much more team-dependent than Phantom Lancer. So, we'll see.
Now I'm trying to think if there's any way you can build a house on top of a high ground to complete the American dream. So you pick a Darkseer, you get the 25 talented parallel wall, refresher, and then you build a little house, and then you win the game.
No, that is the true American dream, not the fake one. I mean, the American dream where you get to kill those that are poorer than you. That's the one I was referring to.
Oh, like the Purge.
Yes, exactly. Yes, thank you.
I love Purge. He's so funny.
He is great. He's fantastic. When he takes out the machine gun, though, sometimes a bit scary, but usually worth it.
There's a smoke gank here. They're going to go invading the jungle. Level 8 DD here on Den D. which is suitable because there are 2 Ds in Dendi, in case you didn't know. They're going to scout Naive. He does have the Chronosphere at the ready.
Thank you for the spelling lesson, sir. I think they're going to find out the Storm instead.
Yeah, I think they go for him. That was an interesting time walk away, but they perhaps thought something was coming, but there's a haste rune, actually, for the Storm Spirit.
Yeah, pretty lucky haste rune, because I think they did manage to catch him. So, yeah, it was nice that he evaded the Boulder Smash and everything with that. He didn't have much mana either. Royal Jelly picked up on the Kunkka, fantastic. So, you know, lucky haste rune, lucky Royal Jelly, it kind of evens out. And Broom Handle on the Void, though. This item, actually pretty legit. I do like the Broom Handle a lot. The extra armor is very useful in general. Dendi using the
damage,
Ghost Ship.
32?
Yeah. 32.
Oh, 16?
Yeah. I don't know why you're doubling everything today, but okay. Dendi.
Yeah, well,
There's
you
the
know.
Chrono. Gonna
My
find
IQ
him.
is 8.
Mars. Wait, Dendi. I think he's gonna be dead. Oh no, Void actually can't chase him out
he's
any
okay.
further.
Look
No,
at the
Pupper is
turn.
gonna die instead. And now they're actually going for Naive, and it's 3 heroes against Naive, but Naive is man fighting LeBron. He's gonna win this. Fate Seek does save his life. Oh, nice time walk though to evade the torrent.
Not gonna win
But
this.
what a Fate Edict though. What a Fate Edict. On point.
All right, so this is kind of what I was talking about. Of course, this is still early on. There's only 3 people involved in that fight out of the full 5-man roster from Khan. But you could already see kind of, I think, this is like a ghost of future past where we're going to see, oh, Mars isn't in there. He's going to throw me out. No, we didn't get Oracle. You know, oh, the boat came in with the buff. It's like, it just became such a difficult time to try and get a kill in that Chrono. He comes out with nothing. He comes out with nothing of that.
How is that the ghost of future past?
Well, it's because it can still change, but that's a glimpse. That's Scrooge's glimpse into the future, right?
What a complex metaphor you just set up there. But okay, I'll sell it. I'll buy it.
All right, cool.
Great. I agree. I think that there is a difficulty in the Chrono, but of course we are seeing a Void Chrono without his items, right? So it is a Void that's depending completely on his teammates' damage, and his teammates' damage is not that high right now. I don't think that Khan is at the strongest point in the game. Even later with the Ghost Ship, I think they'll be able to just burst them down regardless, you know? It's not that strong. You're going to have much more options in the Void to deal with this. That was a great go by the way, for LeBron. I think he's dead. Yeah, there we go. And the damage will start to pile up and start to get kills. The Bloodstone's also very important on Arrow. For now, all BA is trying to do is mitigate this potential snowball from Khan and just try to go for a late game Terrorblade. Gonna find the Void here. There's no time walk just yet, and they hit him with everything they have, but they're lacking stuns, and Naive can just walk this away. Yeah. In fact, Naive is not even gonna walk away because he's gonna fight this, but the Ghost Ship's coming in. Nice Ghost Ship, surprising the Naive. It hits with that Xbox on the spot. Naive is gone. Mortimer's kids, though, at the end, they all leave the arena. They gotta go, and they gotta go home fast because right now they're burning up King R. Ghosting, still trying to kill the Rubik, gets the kill, but Dendi fights against Arrow, and Arrow is punishing him for all that he did in the mid lane, even finding his friend Ghostic, taking him down, and Khan will lose 2, sure, but B8 will lose 3 in the process thanks to a great rotation there by Arrow.
I just want to point out something real quick in that fight. The fact is that unfortunately Ghostic has not done too well this game. I mean, even the Snap has only a few hundred less gold in net worth at this point. I mean, at this point though, the good news is he's still useful because his skills are very good. You know, no one else has items compared to him. No one has major items compared to him anyway. But if this trend continues, I'm actually really scared for this B8 draft. I don't know how it's going to come together if he can't initiate or if he doesn't live any longer than 20 seconds in these fights. I think it's going to be it's pretty terrifying actually.
For the Oracle.
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, for the Mars, he's so underfarmed right now. He's nothing.
Oh, okay. But the Mars. Okay, I see your point. I don't think the Mars is going to be that much of a cannon fodder though as the game progresses. He's just naturally tanky. He doesn't need that much farm. What do you want in the hero? Like Vlad's Blink? No.
Vlad's Blink at the least. I mean, and that's what I'm saying. I completely agree with your point. Right now, you use your spells and those are good enough,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
In fact, they're even good.
If you're
They're
poor,
good,
you rush Blink and it's no big deal, right?
Yeah, but
So
I mean, that's what I'm saying. He's just pretty far behind here compared to, what he could be doing. As Dendi, perhaps in a bit of trouble, running towards that 8th Remnant. Nice counter initiation, though, and there's going to be the ulti, the Arena of Mars, as they try to escape, but Arrow getting dragged right back by the axe. He will be able to outrun the boat, but can he outrun the Metamorphosis PO65 now, trying to get a little bit more mana silenced up? He will go down, as B8 will pick up 2 kills here in the mid lane, and likely the tier 1 to boot.
Very good job there by B8. Very, very good job. That was a really good arena by Ghostic. He heard your comments. He was like, I can't say it on stream. This caster trying to call me out for not having items. Let me show him why he's still a 2K.
No. And you know, and like I said, I just want to make it abundantly clear, you can still, like, Earth Spirit doesn't have any items, but he's still incredibly useful.
Yeah, I got your
so
point. I'm just trying to make fun of poke fun of the fact that it came right after Caster's Curse yourself.
But in 20 minutes, what is Earth Spirit going to do if he still has this network? Like, nothing, right? Like, that's my concern here. As we take a look here, do you remember what the level 10 talents here is?
I just don't know which one he's taken, though. So there's 30 more damage to Overload or 3 mana region. I'm assuming, 30 more damage to Overload, apparently, he took. Which is interesting. I've never seen a Storm not take the mana region. Such a good talent. I'm hoping that the positioning of the talents that the screen showed us was wrong. Because I'd be very surprised if it went for Overload damage. But maybe he thinks it's necessary this game for the TV. I'm not sure. Void is Maelstrom, so we're starting nicely.
Again, I still have problems with Maelstrom because it got nerfed recently, and I know what you're thinking. It doesn't matter. It still helps you farm as quick. Absolutely, 100% it does. Its real nerf comes to in team fights when you're bashing people left, right, and center in your chrono. And before, the lightning procs would reach all the way out to supports and, would actually do significant damage. Whereas to now, they're still going to bounce to all the melee cores, and there are no lack of melee cores here on the side of B8. But I think this Oracle is going to be pretty free. He's not going to, get damaged by the Maelstrom procs all that much. Not a big deal, very minor points. But, that's still not the be-all, end-all item it used to be. It's still definitely the first item, I think, this game, but I don't know. Kind of rambling at this point.
Okay. I'll let your rambles go away. I agree with the Maelstrom point that it isn't as strong as it used to be. I think in this game you're kind of trying to combine it with the Ags later, and then to clear the Terrible Illusions, then you start actually seeing the damage from Maelstrom.
Yeah.
But until that happens, I mean, you're just doing that because Battle Fury is not viable against a Terrorblade now that it does not ignore armor. Terrorblade has way too much of that, so you have to go for some magical damage, and I get the point of Mjolnir later. It's just, I agree with you, it's not the be-all, end-all by any means.
No. Yeah, that's a good point. I always forget, this is definitely going to be an Ags game for the Faceless Void. If we go past 20, I mean, 30 minutes, I would say. 30 minutes, I think we should start looking to get the Ags.
I wouldn't even say that you rush it now, if I'm honest with you. I don't like the BKB choice. I think if you're going to end up going for the Ags, oftentimes, by getting it early, essentially like getting a Battle Fury, it just boosts your farm ridiculously, and it's already pretty strong. And it's not like B8 has a lot of chances to kill you early, right? So you can just play this a bit more defensively. But I get the point of BKB. You kind of want to play that mid-game. You understood from last game that was your weakness, that you played too slow. Yep. Pubber. Oh, that's a nice cookie, though. Yeah. But decalculate. Oh, he did not calculate that. Never mind. Oh, no. He was not considering there was a stun. Rolling Boulder will still hit, though, so Pubber's going to be dead regardless.
Yep.
But then he got styled on.
Well, I mean, minorly, yeah, but definitely, sure. We'll give it to him. We'll give it to him. It's a new hero. You gotta cut Denny some slack. He's, you try that as a Venge. There's no way you're escaping the combo here. Dendy will TP mid lane, trying to contest for a rune versus the Storm Spirit, but it's gonna be his all day. I think I saw a Halberd, by the way, on Dendy. I think he's completed a Halberd.
Yeah, he has completed Halberd, which is pretty useful against the Void. Yeah, now you have Fate's Edict and Halberd to deal with both Void and the Storm Spirit. Not bad. You have actually a plethora of tools to make sure that these guys don't hit.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's why we're seeing BKB. Of course, you can dispel Fate's Edict. You cannot dispel Halberd.
But you can prevent it from being targeted on you, of course.
Exactly, and I think that's kind of why I like the BKB this game.
I mean, the X and the Silence as well. Like, you have a couple things, and the Sunder even. I mean, if you don't kill in the chrono, the Sunder is now it doesn't pierce BKB anymore, right, guys? So now you actually can use it to prevent that. I don't know. I think there's a lot of useful ways or reasons to get a BKB. I don't disagree with this item at all. I just disagree with getting it so early, considering how you're going to play this game.
So I'm on the wiki here, and you are 100% correct. Cannot be cast on spell immune enemies. However,
what are you talking about?
No, Sunder. When reflected, the spell does pierce spell immunity.
Yeah, I know. It's a bug. It's been a bug forever. Yeah. Naive. Okay, I think he's going to go down. There we go. Bye, Naive. Pummer. There's the Exorcist Pod. Bring him back. You still have the Spirit of Mars? No need, apparently. It's all good.
No need.
So yeah, actually, let me tell you a story about that little interaction. So the little sort of interaction, you know, when it was discovered. It was discovered when Terrorblade was first, like the new Sunder was still first played, right? And that was by new Sunder I mean the Sunder that can't pierce BKB, right? And it was actually being played by Alliance at the point. It was Nico maybe on the Terrorblade. It was the new Alliance. This is very recent, like the beginning of the year, right? And he had the BKB up, and he thought he was playing against. I don't remember what team he was playing against. He had the BKB up, and he actually bought it just to counter a Lotus Sword because he's like, I'm a genius. Doesn't pierce BKB anymore, right? So he BKB'd up to literally sunder a Lotus Orb target, which I think was the enemy carry, right? And then proceeded to get reflected. He's like, what just happened? To which he lost the game. So that interaction was actually found out by losing a pro game. It was a major thing. Anyway, Chrono.
Oh, it looks like Danny's gonna die here. They have committed a lot for this. In come the kisses. They're holding down LeBron in the back line. And there's the Sunder, actually, to keep alive the Dendi. King R still alive. He's gonna go ahead and roll out. They have killed LeBron, as they will be able to get the TP out there onto the TB. Dendi looking like he still will die for this, but he did make Khan work pretty hard. But still, it's going to be 2 kills for Khan. And a lot used there as well. I mean, the Sunder is a good initiation by the Storm, primarily holding down the Oracle, preventing LeBron from doing anything at all. But
I mean, you did Chrono, right? You did Chrono, so... You did. Yeah. Like, I think it's equal commitment, I would say, by both teams, but definitely a win to honest for Khan because I mean you killed the Konka, obviously. But every time we analyze something, we always have to point out at the end that we are seeing the best hero in the meta right now being played, which is Terrorblade. So it's impossible to really win this game if you're Khan, as we saw from last game. It doesn't really matter what they do. We're just watching a struggling insect. A struggling
very
insect.
Aggressive from Khan. That was very aggressive. They are trying to greedy, I think, very greedy rather. Is the correct word to use there? I
mean, you did waste a bit of... No, I'm trying to...
No.
I'm trying to give him a saving grace, but no. You're
no, I mean, it happens. I understand. It's one of those calculated risks where you go, okay, we could prevent them from getting, you know, over 1,000 XP combined. And yeah, absolutely, we want to do that. We lose a support. That's okay. You know, they still have an outpost, you know, so... It's greedy. It's greedy. I understand the risk, but sometimes it's one of those risks that you'll frequently take that don't pay off, and this time it did not. No. Speaking of paying off here, Mars has now finished up the pipe. Of course, he's going to keep that hood locked so he gets that double barrier. Pro tip for you and your pubs.
I like this build much better than the Vlad's actually was suggested earlier. I think that Mars is always the option of rushing Blink in the off chance that you actually are really poor and you can't get the Blink early. But I do much rather see the pipe in this game. They're mostly magical damage on the enemy team. You kind of have to protect it from the Terrorblade. From the magical damage. Void even went for the Maelstrom build, so you know at some point when he gets Mjolnir, he's probably going to have a fair ton of magical damage, especially with the static charge on him. And if he goes for Ags even more, because Time Lock is also magical damage, it's a whole plethora of skills. I love the pipe. You don't have many ways of cancelling it, so it's very nice. And also protects him against the Mortimer's Kisses, which is always a plus. So, good thing. I like it, Ghost. He did complete it though now, which is odd. I'm not really sure. I guess it's to defend against his potential rush shot. Yeah, they're going.
Yeah, I think he...
Yeah, they're going.
He just wants to give. He wants his own barrier.
Don't concentrate on the shot. We have to see what's happening because King R is in trouble. There's the arena blood used. Fisher Cat's stuck to the arena, but that's not really the target. Arrow's the target. It's much more valuable. Negotiable. Hidden time. No. Arrow gets away with Magnetize, but they're still actually managing to catch him. With a rolling boulder, Arrow might just be gone. Magnetize still on him. They have more remnants. Look, King R is chasing you down. It's fratricide over here. He wants the last rolling boulder. He's not going to find it, unfortunately. Now the Chrono tries to turn this around. There's the Void finally going in and using his spells, attacking with Mortimer's Kisses, but LeBron saves himself thanks to a Fate's Edict, and he forced the Void to BKB and walk away. They kill the Storm, they kill the Void Spirit, both Spirit Brothers are dead, and it's all thanks to this King R. My god, you genius. This man alone ran down the Storm Spirit, stopped Shishukat to some degree as well. What a player.
That was pretty amazing. I forgot what kicked that off there. There was some initial sort of stun where Storm just overcommits, uses too much of his mana, and then he's like, shoot. You know, he finds himself literally on the opposite side of the river as the rest of his team. King R is just sniping him down. LeBron almost got a really nice root on him, but I gotta commend Arrow. At least he knew to zip into it to dodge it. But yeah, that was kind of an insane jump. I think I'm not sure if the Faceless Void, maybe there's some miscommunication there. It seemed like there should have been a Chrono on top or in between the two, but just a little bit late on that.
I think it was really far away when that team fight started, and that just pelted against them. There's a storm going again. Another beautiful silence. King R. Seriously, this man is just stopping Arrow altogether, forcing Arrow away now. Mass Reflection. There's Negotiate. What's gonna bring back? Nothing. And the X-Mark spot did not quite succeed. They find Cheshire Cat. It's really just King R versus the world at this point. He's the main control they have, and it's working nice, and you're fighting without Chrono. Are you going to chase after them? Apparently the Void wants to. The BKB's been activated.
He's got to be out of stones. He's out of stones.
It's not a problem. And they silence Arrow yet again. Arrow's forced back. Arrow needs to get away. They actually managed to root him. Do they have enough damage? They don't. Arrow will manage to bolt lining to the low ground, which means he'll be fine. A kick by King R ensures the Void can't keep hitting. There's a Hen's Helmet on him too. They want to go for the Rubik at least. Rolling Polar saves and bolt lining again. The simulate fair amount of area damage, and King R is finally going to go down. Thanks to the Fate Bolt, Ghost Stick is now left alone, and there's nothing they can do to actually save him. With the loss of King R, goes away your team. Khan played this pretty well, going in and out constantly, making sure the Storm could never be properly targeted.
So I'll tell you why they took that fight like that is because once they found the snap on the low ground, Congo, he's out of remnants, like, because that was the major thing that was screwing over Arrow, and that's, you know, from there the team fight fell apart. He had one remnant, he used it on the silence onto Arrow, he still lives, and all of a sudden in B8 they have no more control for them. So that was actually really good awareness, because Earth Spirit, he's pretty busted in idea, on paper, but you know, once he's out of rocks, he's basically can do nothing. The kick away, like you called out in that fight, was probably the best thing he could have done. Don't get me wrong, but much, you know, after that, that's not much else he can do. So very, very well played from Khan. Honestly, that's really great game awareness.
Yep, Cotton played that fantastically, as you mentioned. The choice to chase in those situations are often difficult, right? Because you just lost a team fight. So having the courage to go, yeah, we can keep going. That's the truth of CIS, though. That's where CIS and SCA differentiate themselves. They both go for crazy plays, but CIS is like, I don't know, I can always win. It is my prerogative to win every single fight in this game. And they took it. Took a step forward now for B8, a bit more space, but it's no big deal, honestly. 3,000 gold difference now, though, between Terrorblade and the Void, and this started to become a real big issue. As he's going for Daedalus next, in order to be able to burst the Storm, which was their biggest issue in that last team fight. The fact that they could not stop the Storm. He got silenced and rooted literally twice in a row, and he still got away alive, which is crazy.
Yeah, they just don't, unless the meta's up, unless the TB is focusing him, they don't quite have the damages. Or Spirit's dying here. They're making the jump directly onto him. Arrow might have overcommitted here. The stun will be there. The X marks not going to quite come in time. However, I think Arrow might just get away for this. As the tip will come out.
I don't know. The tip came out. Can they stop? No, they can't.
Yeah, he's good to go. Very well played.
Yeah, he played that well, especially because I don't think they were expecting him to go for the Earth Spin at all. Oh, nice Torrent for vision. They know where Shakat is. I think they should be able to catch him regardless. There's no dissimulating out of ADX. He's guessing thanks to the Tidebringer. Nice job. Shakat, with the Astral Step, gets away in time. Just barely got it.
Who needs bridges when you can just take one big step? See, Alvaro, you don't understand because you're much shorter than I am, but that's actually how I get across rivers and surfaces, just like that. One step.
So the B8 is trying to look for now some counter kills. There is an Invis Rune now on the Mars, and they're hoping to start forcing kills in the Storm Spirit and the Void. They're kind of being nuisances right now. You have not been able to really control them properly. They're pushing out your lanes, and it's making this game seem much more fair than it is, because you're going to a late game with a farm Terrorblade. So
yeah, and you know what? I think the idea I was kind of beating around the bush earlier when I was explaining that previous fight breakdown was you look at the two drafts. One of them, as Arrow just getting another solo kill. One of them, and this is to exemplify the point, one of them is much better at these poking, prodding, sort of, you know, quick in, quick kill, you know, quick adventure, 10 minutes, you get in, you get a kill, you get out, right? Whereas the other team, they want to set up the arena, they want to hold you down, they want to bring in the boat, the Metamorphosis, 170-second cooldown, you know. And I think now they realize that, and they're going for these solo picks, trying to scatter the respawn timers of B8 and try and turn this game back in their favor, and it's working. We have an Aegis on TB, but look, a tier 2 is going down top lane for B8.
I mean, this is just them not paying attention, though, to be honest. They could deny this, and they should. There we go. Immediate denial. Shisher Cat, okay, you just wasted one of the Astral Steps. They could chase him down, but again, they're so defensive, B8. B8 last time kind of won by osmosis, honestly. They just kind of stayed there and, Terrorblades farm, now I guess we win. It was just that easy. This game, the enemy team has a much more late game. They don't have a Pugno or a Timbersaw, so the chance of them winning late game is never gone, and this is important. B8 at one point has to take the reins of the game and say, right, we're going on the offensive. And right now they have not been able to do that. They just farm endlessly until the game just kind of falls because of its own weight. I like this Scythe of Vice pick up on the Terrorblade. I think this Scythe of Vice is a really smart choice. I remember...
Is this Envy, right?
Yeah,
Envy
does? I was going to say, yeah. Envy was the first guy to do these kind of things. He used to go third item Scythe of Vice on Nagasarian. On Terrorblade, he's when he used to play him fourth or fifth item Scythe of Vice. And I think it's very smart. You can go for the Abyssal on Terrorblade if you want to, not because it's so good. But... Scythe of Vice is better. It's just better because it doesn't force you to be out of position with it. So, I like the choice. Very good against the Storm.
Ghost Stick coming from behind. I think he just broke a smoke immediately, so he should know that there's more at least more heroes than Khan. From Khan here in the bot lane as they set up the vision.
Yeah, they're actually baiting with a smoke. He's not going to find anyone. Ooh, that's a really good guess. He got it. He guessed correctly, but he doesn't see. He doesn't know. He doesn't know, though. Has to go in, rolling Boulder. They're trying to get still. Boulder smash. We'll catch him. Yeah, now they should see. Now they should see. Naive, you're stuck. Ghost Stick has a radar-like senses. Ghost Stick is actually a bat. That's why sometimes it seems like he's playing blind, but no. This man can see through trees. You're going to set up for a Rubik instead. This is where, like, you had all this unbridled aggression that you were reserved for the Void, and you have to settle for the Rubik, and it's just sadness.
Ooh. Well, that was a good find. I'm surprised the spear caught him, but holy cow, what a catch! Aether Remnant to bring back the TB, trying to shove the lane a bit more. Yoink! Not right back to bot lane he goes. We'll see Mars now. So Ghost Stick does now have the Blink Dagger, Blink Pipe. So he's pretty farm now. I think he's got the essential items for a Mars. Would you like to see this Mars pick up anything differently here?
No, I think the items are good. You kind of play utility and initiation. You don't really need anything else. Ags for late is always nice, though, to improve your damage output. Even a Dezo. I don't mind Dezo either, honestly.
Then he breaks smoke to murder a courier real quick.
Yeah, well, they're going to find someone regardless, though. Yeah, there we go.
I think so.
Air Spirit. Yeah. I don't know what you're doing, Void Spirit. Your brother has been controlling you the whole time. Sit down. You might be the older brother, but this guy's the middle one. He's got to suffer the worst of the atrocities.
I think he is the middle brother. I think that's right. I would imagine Storm is the baby because he's the youngest.
Storm's the baby, bro. Ember is the second eldest. Void Spirit's the eldest, and Air Spirit's like the true middle brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's actually quite far apart from both Storm and Ember Spirit. Which is why he's the one that plays support, right? Because he's literally supporting his team. Everyone else plays carry, and this poor guy is forced to support the family. He's actually the only one that took care of his mother when she was dying. She got like a terminal disease, and he was like there by this bed. You know?
My god!
Yeah, he used to roll her over to make sure that she didn't die. Choke on her own fluids.
This is some crazy lore.
I know, man. If you actually read into it, it's very depressing.
Well, my favorite bit of Dota lore is that the shopkeeper literally pulls he can sell you part of the moon that was used to create the ancients and the dire, like the ancients and the dire itself. What?
Isn't that why the moon shard?
Yeah, that's moon shard.
Yeah. I agree. It's very very cool lore in Dota. If you learn it, you know these stories are some of the many that you can find in the Dota world.
And it's actually really funny. I'm a big nerd, right? So a lot of the Dota lore is just straight from D&D as well. Yep, like if you read Warlock is he's literally just a Warlock. As we see a fight break out here, maybe Ghost Stick with the Glimmer Cape, zipping, zapping forward. They want to try and go on LeBron here. Oh, they did, but he's going to zip right back away. However, Ghost Stick just here. He's waiting to set up the arena, but I don't know. It's not quite the jump they wanted for.
That Xbox spot was a massive mana burn at the very least. That's essentially what it was acting as.
Oh, so, yeah, good point.
Not bad, honestly. I think if you had a better positioned Earth Spirit there, not really his fault. It's just you weren't expecting a fight there. You would have been able to catch a Storm Spirit. But yeah, there's a lot of D&D lore and a lot of D&D references in Dota. I mean, there's a lot of references in general, but none without going any further, right? Literally, Heart of Trask. Like that's the one I always think about. Trask being the strongest monster in D&D. In case people didn't know that. He's like unkillable, which is why once you get hit hard, you become unkillable. Yeah.
It's funny because anyway, that's I was gonna go on to D&D. Basically, a lot of the spell components you need in D&D are just jokes. I realized.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So anyway,
Oh,
we might get a fight to break out. Here's
Mars?
jumping forward. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got the blink dagger as well. He's only going on the Void Spirit. I don't know if that's the jump you want to make, but they have the silence. Yeah, onto the back lines they go, trying to hold down LeBron. They will be able to. Now the kiss is raining in chrono for both of the sports, BKB, but it's going to be well worth it as the control is there. Both sports dead now for B8. Buyback here on the Earth Spirit as PO65 turning, fighting, and he is fighting. But look, the bashes actually just about save his life there, managing to stay alive. Time walking back up to the high ground was Neve. There's going to be a second buyback now. Ghost Stick could not get it done there on the high ground all alone. Torrance just going to be poking and prodding here. But a great fight again from the squad as we still see them fighting around Roche. I think they're doing the right thing here of just, all right, he used meta, just wait.
Oh,
just wait.
Okay. What is he doing? Shishaka is trying to gain some space. Is he going to succeed? I don't know. Sunder, Yolsutter. That prevents the potential export to spot. Ashoket gets away, but he doesn't have much mana. Terribly still looking for the kill. Storm goes back in, controls him. TB, there's the false one's gone. I think meta it should be about done.
Yep.
Shouldn't have much. There we go. Wow.
Yep.
I do know my meta timings. So, Khan, 3k in the lead, not too big. But they managed to defend this Roshan pretty effectively, honestly. That's a terrible Spirit Mars. Like, absolutely horrendous Ghost.
We call it like we see him here.
Look, he's dying of shame right now.
Hey, actually, they might be able to turn this.
Oh, yeah, they are. Terribly's dealing damage even without the meta. But there's too much tankies. They finally catch LeBron. LeBron's really important. You can't lose him. Pio's actually left behind. He has no Sunder either to heal back up. And there's the world against Pio. What are you going to do, buddy? You can't. BKB? Really? That's the option? Okay. Seems we can still have the Sunder. Never mind. My bad. He just got the Sunder. That was a perfect counter initiation. You can never kill a Terrorblade. I lied. Pupper's next to die. Shiket's already gone. And they're going to continue this further. They lost on this TP. They can with the Rolling Boulder. And Rubik is also gone. Khan loses 3. Of course, B8 did lose 3 technically, because 2 buybacks and then 1 whole dieback actually. But yeah, B8 still, I think taking the upper hand in this engagement, being able to fight with a meta and having the Sunder like on point. That Sunder actually came literally off cooldown as the Ghost ship hit. So
I think I think what you forgot there, Alvaro, is that clearly Terrorblade is the best hero in Dota 2 right now, so of course he's gonna win that fight.
Yes, of course. I'm so sorry. Terrorblade is the actual best hero in Dota, in the meta. In fact, there's a reason why he's called Metamorphosis, right? It's like that's his ability because he's the best hero in the meta. So, there we go. I mean, you beat Timbersaw, Pugna, and Ing straight up. I will not stop saying that. Why? How do you win that game? Terrorblade, currently 23k net worth against 19k Void, and Void is actually tickling him.
Who's the timings? They messed up the timings, like you said. I really like your analogy of the ladder. Is it yours? Did you come up with it?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know if it's already exists, but I always used it.
Yeah, sure. Well, you know what? I'm gonna change it to the ADA, the food period. The food pyramid is what I meant to say.
The food pyramid.
Yeah,
FDA,
the food pyramid.
FDA is food pyramid.
Yeah, the FDA food pyramid. Because I can always change it, and it'll still just be like the FDA food period.
The true
Food
thing
pyramid.
is the ladder I explain is actually just late stage capitalism. That's what it is. But
oh man.
Yeah, PO65 continues further. Pupper, I don't know what you're doing. Oh, the creep creep got onto Pupper. That creep
is going on?
That creep just detected what no hero can see. That creep is the true hero. Pupper is actually getting a lot of time here, though. A lot of time.
Ring. And Mac?
Yeah, the Xbox is spot
Alright,
to
well,
finally catch him. Yeah, jump all you want, you stupid grandma. Come back here. Let me show you what happened to my mother, says her spirit. Anyway.
Oh my god.
Proceed further. And they should be able to take down the later creeps and push this further. That was one of the funniest plays I've watched this game. None of the heroes noticed him. None of the heroes noticed him.
He went on a warding mission too. He planted the ward and he's like, uh-oh. There is an axe on Storm. There's an axe and an arrow.
Okay, that's big. That's big. What can you combine that with? Ags plus Mortimer Skisses?
Yeah, Cookie.
Well, I guess if Void got an Ags, that actually would be huge, right? Electric Vortex into like 5-man time lock. Oof. I love how Dendi TP's right into the 8th Remnant because that's always going to happen every single time.
Well, I mean, say what you want about that play. The Snapfire did stop them from pushing high ground, or at least threatening high ground. Again, BA will have to TP back and deal with some pushed lanes. Let's see if they're actually maybe hunting for the Void Spirit here. Who is that? It's going to be Dandy nearby. Might scout. Yeah, I mean, he knows the Void Spirit is out there. I think he knows that he cannot catch him, unfortunately.
Hello, the observer noticed the Axe was there before, quite after you did. So on point,
well,
Mr. Seek and Strike.
Yeah, I got you.
Sees the future. So the
Well,
set
you know,
device on Terra is also going to be really major for these next team fights. I think it's going to be the reveal of the set device.
no, the reveal was pretty underwhelming. It was when he got X'd back to the top lane,
Oh, right,
and then he scythed the Void Spirit for no reason.
That's
but
true.
I mean,
That's true.
why
Yes,
not?
yes. You're totally right. I am sorry.
Yeah,
So
that's
they
okay.
do know that it's there. They are going to have a butterfly there, but I mean, set device is still really scary. Storm
This
especially.
is an interesting question. Do you save meta for your second life or your first life?
Your second life.
Okay.
Unless they play too passively, right? And then you can just take the towers for
Well,
free.
that's not a very passive move, though. Is Arrow
Exactly.
jumping in and around? Dissemolates. Not quite going to connect the Spear of Mars there, but look,
What?
already your tower is deleted.
Okay, that was an interesting Manta dodge there. Ghosted,
Yeah, I saw that
saved.
too.
The dust here, there's a lot of control for him. I don't think they can kill him. King R is just making sure that they can't really go. Oh, nice electric
Now he's
vortex.
pushing bot. There's no void. There's no follow-up.
Oh,
There's
it's
no,
true.
sorry, there's no faceless void.
But the Face's Void is actually pushing your towers though, and they're like,
He
okay,
is.
maybe we should
He
go.
is.
Maybe we should go. Naeem's gonna get away. It should really just be they came in with the X.
Oh,
Naive.
but look back mid low. Look back mid. I know
Oh.
I'm trying to tell you, but there's going to be the jump onto the Earth Spirit. In come the kisses. They do have the magic immunity onto
the
him.
kill.
However, there's Yamech getting gone on by Ghostic. The kisses just flying in more or
what are you
less
doing?
harmlessly.
What are you doing, Pop?
Faceless Void is still bottom, but there we go. Pio has activated now onto the Metamorphosis as
Yeah, go
We'll
win.
go back up to the top lane. They're going to go win now. They're going to go for the win. Faceless Void still split pushing. Arteezy still farming here as he finally will take the TP. They're going to get the Electric Void hits now onto one. I'm going to dissimulate once again. There's some 2 buybacks already here. They're going to be looking to at least try and
what
finish
a
off the
read.
game, looking for it. Oh, but the Spear
Naive.
of Mars
They
is
got a
perfect to
rolling
damage.
boulder.
Do they have it? The rolling boulder, they picked him off. He does have buyback, however, so it's not the end of the game quite yet. There's BKB and already meta. Should be ending quite shortly here on the TV. He still does have that Aegis, though, as they go into the re-engage. Chrono, like you said, the cookie stun will be activated. He is holding on to the Sunder, but he's not going to be able to get it off. But the disarm, it's not good enough, unfortunately. So there is Sunder, but no BKB, no meta. As PO shortly respawning here, they get a good stun into the 2-man silence, but Storm has just been zipping in and around. And actually, that's a stolen Spear of Mars. PO has been isolated up onto the high ground. He's going to die. The bashes. Oh, no.
Alright. Now he gets no bashes. There we go.
Yeah, good luck. Oh my god, what a fight. It's still not over, but I don't know if Dendi lives here.
No, Dendi dies out. That cookie was just for celebration as well. Spear of Mars, nicely put by the Rubik. Goodbye, Dendi. I gotta say, Naive, a bit on the lucky side there with the bashes, because bashing him every single time he's on or about to cast Sunder on the Snapfire. Okay, Dendi. Like, okay, son. Sure. Or not Dendi, sorry. Okay, Naive. Kind of a free kill that was given there. I think they played that really effectively. Going for the tier 4s to force the Void back, acknowledging the Chrono was there. They forced the Chrono onto the Aegis. The thing is, BA couldn't really counter-initiate afterwards. The Kunkka and Mars aren't that great. They already use their spells. But I think they played that as well as they could, honestly. I still take my hat off.
agree. I think you know, if B8 did a good job, they put the onus of winning that fight onto Khan. There was like a few really standout plays, a few lucky moments that saved them, like you were calling out the bashes. I think the Spear of Mars that got stolen and pushed PO farther away from his team certainly helped a lot as well. But yeah, that was just really, really well played. And here they go, pushing high ground, or at least threatening it. They do have the tier 3 down bot and top. Those are both have been destroyed.
Yep. They managed to take it's bottom top tier 3s don't matter as much, right? Because you don't have the shrines anymore that you want to take. So it doesn't. It's just the protection of those towers. However, the fact that it's bot and top specifically does allow you for the split pushing completely. It opens up to the idea that you're gonna be able to do this constantly. And with Void, oh my god, this is actually so confusing. Void the hero, just Void, Storm Spirit, and Void Spirit. You have pretty decent split pushing potential on these guys. And that means that whenever BA wants to go and finish, they should be able to, but they might have to be put into the position of a base race. And then, I don't know if they win, honestly. Terrible is a really fast pusher, But if you are forced to go for tier 4s every single time and they can counter-initiate you again, much like they did here, it's tough. It's going to be a tough game for them.
So I have the stream pulled up here to the side, and I was looking at that replay, and you could tell even B8 was not expecting those bashes because I gotta say they definitely got caught off guard because Dandy, Earth Spirit, and I believe Mars were kind of just standing there, and then once he got speared back, they were like, all right, we'll go back in.
Spear of Mars, okay. There's the ult used by Ghostic. Oh, the nice cookie, but no, and they go Chrono onto 3, really good Chrono, but they Void. Where's he gone to? He's got an Xbox spot back, and they don't actually fight this. Boy finally joins in. Finally getting the kill on the Brandon as a good Chrono, but they couldn't really follow it up. Where's the damage though? Terrorblade still not really able to fight. They actually give it the Heaven's Halberd, and Void is managing to destroy the Terrorblade alone. There he goes with the Sunder onto Cheshire Cat. Pio managed to get complete the kill onto Cheshire Cat. Perhaps not. He's a bit too good with the cheese. He's going to be perfectly fine. Now fighting Naive. Naive able to get away with a time walk as well. This whole hectic team fight, all they want to do is catch Terrorblade. Arrow finally out of mana, and they can stop him. Surprise selling plus the Rolling Boulder manages to get the kill. Void again disarmed, can't continue to fight this. Cheshire Cat the target now for Terrorblade. The Storm comes in, thanks to the buyback, gets the kill on Terrorblade. They go for Ghostic as well, and they're able to find him through the back, shot away, and Oracle joins him in the fray, going to the grave. This is gonna be Khan completing this lineup, completing this almost team wipe, forcing 2 really important buybacks. Nobody has mana though, so I don't think you want to continue this any further.
I don't know. I feel like you expended so much here. They know that there's no buyback here on the Oracle. I mean Roche is not up. Roche might be up soon. Yeah, there is no meta on Terrorblade. I think they're going to go. The only one with buyback now in the lobby is going to be the Earth Spirit as down goes to tier 3. There are no tier 3 towers standing out for bait. And now they're going to take the jump in. There's going to be the shock, or I'm sorry, the pull onto 2 heroes. Ghostic nearly going down here. He's going to be alive.
Peel's almost dead. Peel's almost dead.
Not keep him alive.
One more time look. One more time look.
Oh, the body blocks. The body blocks coming up from King R. He knows.
You are not a king. You are a hero today, sir.
He is a god. He does have buyback, but how much time can that actually buy them here? As that's mid lane already deleted. Creep in the base, so there's no backdoor that will be able to save them. Looking for an aggressive jump here, as there's the buyback now onto the Earth Spirit, but an even more aggressive jump here. They're only going to catch one, though. It's the Earth Spirit Pio with the BKB. He still has no meta. Turning and fighting. Hubber getting quite low here. They have the invis. There's no detection in the base, however, so he's going to be A-okay to just back off, but still, they've got meta up in 52 seconds. The question is, Alvaro, will the throne last that long?
I don't know. 52 seconds is a fair amount of time. Actually, never mind. Khan is going to give him the space. King R goes back in. Why?
Oh.
King R. You went from hero to 0, my friend. What was that? Thunder. Yeah, stolen thunder to give Snapfire. Yeah, forced them back, but they were already going back.
Yeah, you're right.
That was not the play. And now they have free reign. There's no reason why they shouldn't continue this, honestly. There we go. The creeps are back in. Naive's like, yeah, sure, we'll push this. They have Solar Crest as well, so it gives them a lot of pushing power. Kunkka can defend this for a while, but the Terrorblade really needs the meta.
We should have meta up soon. It should be up very shortly.
Should be like 10 seconds. 10 seconds.
Yeah, but thrown under attack. There's no
Terrorblade. The Ghost
Fortify
the Armada. Okay. Oh, the Chrono. Terrorblade, what you gonna do? Never mind. They have a false promise. It's all good. Terrorblade's fine. Save him.
He needs to get off the ulti.
They need to use the ultimate. They need to use the ultimate. Come on, the Sunder. No, he's gonna blow up. He used the BKB. He used the BKB there. And he just blows up without Terrorblade. This game is over. You lost the best hero in the game. Dandy loses his life as well as the GG is forced out. Khan prove that in fact he is a beatable hero. Jesus Christ. All you have to do is threaten his late game. All you have to do is play this to as late as possible. And there he goes. Down he goes.
That was an incredible turn of events. They started pushing high ground. I really wish I could see the stats here and just see what the net worth swing near the end, because that was all in B8's favor. They push high ground. The fight's kind of going their way, and then some different rolls of the dice, and this would have been a B8 victory 10 minutes ago. But all of a sudden, Khan ran it right back down to mid and just end the game. I don't believe it.
Yeah. I don't know what to say to this. It was, I mean, obviously, just as final points, the Terrorblade comments were always kind of sarcastic, as we were very surprised Terrorblade won against the Timbersaw, Ancient Apparition, and Pugna. But here we saw the weaknesses of playing this hero. You always play 4 Protect 1. You really have to play around this hero, and it's so easy to kill. The Chrono's a great counter to him. His experience was lacking. You can see he actually didn't reach level 25 in this whole game, whereas his Void was level 27. I think Khan did actually do a good job of exploiting their weaknesses, and they appropriately sent BA to the lower bracket, whereas Khan stays in the upper bracket. This is the last game of the day, though, or the only game of the day, guys, so hope you enjoyed. My name has been D Swordfish, here with Seek and Strike, and this has been Arena of Blood by EGB. Woo woo!
Indeed. Think we'll be back tomorrow? Will we?
We will be back tomorrow, so we guys will see you then. Feel free to follow the channel. If not, you can always follow us on Twitter at DSwordfish and at Seek and Strike Dota, and then you can find whenever we're casting games, which means whenever we're casting this. So we'll see you guys then. And take care. Have a good night.